Usapang breakfast and usapang about donkey, yun yung pag-uusapan natin today. Kamusta yung breakfast ninyo? If you can put in the comment section kung ano yung kinain nyo sa almusal, it would be best and what time nyo itong kinain. Ako, it is now 1:30 in the afternoon at hindi pa ako nakakakain. Hindi pa ako nakakapag-almusal proper when it comes to our traditional breakfast. So ano yung nandito sa akin? Kape lang. Plain, black coffee, warm coffee, hot coffee, without sugar, without cream. Kung hindi man ako nagkakape, mostly meron din akong tsaa. So, nandito lang sila. Everything is spread here. And kung hindi man, it's just all water. So, lahat ng water, kahit anong water, they are all okay. Yun lang yung kinain ko for breakfast or sabihin natin ininom ko for breakfast or generally, tinake in ko for breakfast. Bakit yung tinake in ko? If you've been following the page, you would know that we are into intermittent fasting. Intermittent fasting, ito po yung pagkaroon ng schedule sa isang araw kung kailan tayo kakain. In a 24 hours, hahatiin natin ang araw. So, you will divide it into two categories, eating or fasting. Kapag pagising nyo sa umaga, kapag hindi pa kayo kumakain o umiinom ng anything na merong calories, na merong kahit anong lasa, mostly na matatamis or walang energy, you are still fasting. But the moment na kakain na kayo, the moment that you will already have your breakfast or take in something with calories, coffee will not have calories. Plain tea will also not have any calories. So technically, you are still fasting from calories even if you are taking coffee and tea. Basta't plain. But the moment na lalagyan nyo ito ng creamer, ng sugar, kahit anong sugar, it will already be breaking your fast. The term breakfast is yung pag-break ng fasting o ng pag-aayuno because we are really fasting on a day-to-day basis. I understand na maraming natatakot na kapag nagsabi tayong nag-aayuno tayo because akala nila ginugutom natin yung ating sarili. But what they don't know is that we are actually allowing our body the chance to heal. At hindi siya gutom. Yung pagkirot ng tiyan, that is just an empty stomach. But it doesn't mean na malnourished ka na. Because your body, meron siyang mekanismo na sa mga panahon wala kang kinakain, it can activate yung parts ng katawan natin that can generate or gumawa ng kanyang sariling energy. Kaya nung unang panahon, meron every time we hear someone say na sobrang hirap ng buhay, asin na lang yung kinakain nila, asin at tubig na lang yung iniinom nila. And you can see before that our mindset will really feel bad about that. Of course, it is sad. Nakakalungkot yan kapag hindi mo ito ginawa ng kuda. If you are just forced to be in that situation. But actually, if you will deliberately decide, ikaw mismo ang maglalagay sa sarili mo sa sitwasyon na yan, that you will not eat food, kahit pa libreng breakfast pa yan, you will say no to it kasi alam mo na you've already eaten so much yesterday, meron ka pang mga fat stores, meron ka pang mga extra na nakaimbak na mga energy sa katawan mo that are better off burned, na pwedeng ma-burn at maging energy, then you can just say no to it and instead, you can just have water or coffee or tea and some salt if you want para you will allow yourself to still be functional and still at the same time be able to heal your inflammation. Fasting is now proven and tested to lower down blood sugar, to lower down the inflammation in the body. Hindi siya pareho sa starvation. Starvation or yung pagpapagutom is just a mindset difference. Yung starvation, yung sinasabing nalipasan ng gutom kaya nasiraan ng bait o di kaya yung ano bang tawag na napasmo. Yun yung sabi nila and they had this mental breakdown kasi nga hindi kumakain. It's not happening with intermittent fasting. Why? Magkaiba po yung sitwasyon na yon. Yung taong napasmo at nagkaroon ng mental breakdown dahil wala siyang kinain was not in control. hindi niya gustong hindi kumain. It's the uncertainty of the situation. Yung hindi mo alam kung makakakain ka ba or kailan ka makakain or meron ba talagang darating na pagkain. So that uncertainty is yun yung nakakakos ng mental problems. When it comes to psychological and mental problems, it is the uncertainty and the lack of control yung nakakakos ng anxiety natin. If you have problems right now, actually yung nakakapagpa-stress sa'yo is yung mga bagay na alam mong hindi ikaw yung in control. But when you are in control, it's a different story. And when fasting, you are in control. So, you are in control because pwedeng-pwede kang kumain kung gusto mo, but you choose not to. So, just like in here, meron ako ditong almond flour. Meron din ako dito yung sample nating oatmeal. And meron ditong cacao nibs. So, we are here in Davao. Medyo expensive nga lang, but we are supporting local. So, Cacao de Davao roasted cacao nibs. So, yan. And marami pang iba. So, binili ko to sa mall ha. We're not accepting any sponsorship, but we help those that can help the advocacy. So, yeah, I have foods around here, but I choose not to eat. Why? Because last night I had dinner with friends, and I still don't feel like eating. Also, I need to do some work, and mamaya magkakaroon kami ng meet and greet, and I know I need to be at the top of my health, at the top of my mental functioning, and just like what Hippocrates said, I fast for greater mental and physical efficiency. Even Hippocrates, yung father of ancient medicine, they do fasting. Nag-aayuno sila on a regular basis. And now I feel the same benefits na kapag ako ay nakakakain, like punong-puno ng pagkain, for example, I don't feel so good. I feel sluggish. Although, if we are in the company of friends and family and nasa celebratory mode tayo, celebration, you feel good and happy and relaxed. But when I know I need to do some things, I better fast. I work better when I am on fasting. So, if you are in need of healing, if you've been eating your whole life, never missed a meal, lahat ng ginagawa nyo mostly is just related to striving to eat 3 times a day with snacks in between. And after you reach 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, kahit gaano pa ka-exercise ninyo, you cannot out-exercise a bad diet. Ibig sabihin, kahit pa gaano pa kayo ka-physically active, but if you are not nourishing your body with the right foods and not giving the time for your body to have a break from all of these foods, eventually you will still be diagnosed still with diabetes kahit pa sobrang muscular ninyo, pero magugulat na lang kayo na mataas yung inyong liver enzymes with signs of fatty liver. Kahit pa sabihin natin you are very fit and lean, pero yung blood pressure nyo mataas. Of course, we are not against exercise. Alam nyo lang kung gaano ko kagustong mag-exercise. And I believe in the benefits of exercise and its benefits sa ating stamina, sa ating stress endurance, sa ating mental health, sa pag-generate ng ating neurons. Exercise is really good. But hindi pwedeng iasa mo lahat sa exercise. There should be proper nourishment of food and also proper timing of food. And that is where fasting comes in. Hindi kailangan extended fasting like 2 days, more than 1 day, 1 week, 2 weeks. For those who have been following our page, you know that I've been fasting for more than 3 years now, as long as 1 week, 10 days, and yung pinaka-last nga, yung 14 days, at yung pinaka-extreme doon was sa 4 weeks sa 14 days na yon, sa 2 weeks na yon. The first week was actually dry fasting. So yon, sasabihin na nababaliw na ata si Doc. But no, it was for a purpose. It was deliberate. And as you can see, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. That was already 9 months ago. And I don't regret doing that. And I think I will do that again sometime next year siguro, because I know those are the experiences and the tools na ngayon alam ko how to maximize. And that is what I'm sharing with you. And what I'm sharing with you now is not extreme. Just try to have a break from food when it comes to breakfast, if you've been a breakfast eater for so long, you don't need to adjust really. You just need to eat low carb. But if you are doing breakfast for so long and your health still has some issues, maybe you can try skipping your breakfast or moving it a little later. Or kung gusto mo lang nga merong laman yung tiyan, I know a friend na routine niyang magkape sa morning because that what enables her to have regular bowel movement. If hindi siya makakapagkape, hindi siya makakapoop. And kapag hindi siya makakapoop, sira na yung araw niya. So, it's her choice. So, those are the things that you can consider. But between eating those zero calorie food and eating late, you are better off just having breakfast na regular kesa kumain kayo ng late at night. So, it's important. So, when we say na you can skip your breakfast, it doesn't mean na excuse mo na yon na pwede kang mag-midnight snacks. No. If you skip breakfast, you still eat dinner early. Eating dinner early o yung na-famous noon nung 1990s ata or 1980s, yung after 6, you don't eat after 6, is actually circadian rhythm. And that is how we are used to by nature. Kaya effective ito. But before, it was not seen, hindi siya nakita in line with evolutionary nutrition. So, that is the reason why it was effective, but eventually it died down because wala siyang na-sustain. But the people who are doing it, kahit pa hindi na nila nililabel na after 6, but they actually accepted it and became normal na for them to eat early. And I hope you will do that too because the health benefits is just so much for zero to low or almost no added cost. And so, isa-isahin natin. Asin, what is asin? Asin is just salt. It's made of sodium chloride and it is the most essential electrolyte sa ating katawan. I know takot yung mga tao when it comes to salt kasi tataas daw yung BP. But tataas lang yung BP mo with salt if your body is in a salt absorbing mode. Okay? If your kidneys are already activated to retain salt, salt retention mode. Kasi kapag nagre-retain ng salt ang inyong kidneys, ire-retain din niya yung tubig at yun yung nagkakakos ng pagmamanas or kung hindi man nagmamanas, kasi yung pagmamanas nasa extracellular fluids na yon. But yung ibang salt retention at water retention, tumataas yung inyong blood volume. Pumupunta sila sa inyong ugat kaya nagkakaroon ng increased blood pressure. Even if you restrict your salt, your body will still hang on to that little salt and water in your system. Kaya kayo nanghihina. But if you only lower your insulin level in the body, which is the cause of salt retention, your body will regularly excrete extra salt. Hindi siya sa stagnant sa inyong system, hindi siya makakakos ng fluid overload, hindi siya makakakos ng increased blood pressure. You even have to increase your salt intake when you are fasting and doing low carb nutrition because the turnover of salt is mas mabilis. And yung capacity ng katawan natin to retain salt is also less. So, hindi man siya maganda pakinggan, but it's actually just natural. We just need to take in more salt than regular. Of course, if you have contraindication talaga ng inyong doktor na sinabi talaga sa inyo na mamamatay kayo kapag sobrang taas ng inyong asin na intake, so don't do it. If you already have medical condition, consult with our low carb practitioners to be safe. We are saying this for educational purposes, but this is not a medical advice na you need to follow. You should always work with your healthcare professional. This is just general knowledge. And water, of course, is also important for hydration. And coffee naman, hindi siya essential. Coffee is just optional. I know gusto nyong sabihin na essential yung coffee, but no. Coffee has caffeine. It can have some antioxidants. It can make you alert, especially kung groggy kayo. But actually, there's also benefit from not having coffee or having coffee intermittently. Kapag sinasanay nyo yung katawan with coffee, you become dependent to it. And once you become dependent to it, yung kanyang effect sa inyo, hindi na rin ganun ka-strong. So you will tend to increase more of your caffeine intake for you to get that caffeine fix. But if you want to maximize, you need a break from coffee. So from time to time, Say no to coffee 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and after that you can take again, and you will see the caffeine kicking in again, na noon nasa 2 cups na kayo, wala pa ring effect. But if you have a break, just 1 cup will have that instant awakening effect again. And tsaa, for those who are not into coffee and are intolerant to caffeine, you can also have tea. But again, these are optionals. Kung magti-tea kayo in the morning, just the herb teas, Earl Grey, peppermint. Peppermint is my favorite. So what else? Green tea. I'm not really into green tea, but I learned to like the taste kasi yun nga, yung sabing healthy and all that, and it's like cleansing. But as to taste, yung peppermint talaga yung gusto ko. Other herb teas, black teas, chamomile, it's a flower. Jasmine, those are flower. Ang mga chamomile and jasmine, sobrang bango. I find it weird before to take kasi parang perfume yung iniinom ko. But eventually, natanggap ko na din. I just have to dilute it. Wag lang yung sobrang strong. Avoid fruit teas if ever naka-fasting pa kayo, because it can have that sugar reaction sa katawan natin. And you can just enjoy that coffee or tea, plain, without sugar, without cream. And maraming salamat. I think I would just like to take this milestone because hindi na natin naagapan, but it's already, our page already is 500,000 followers. So thank you so much po. And this is where the story of the donkey comes in. Alam niyo naman kung ano yung story of the donkey, 'di ba? Sino ang hindi nakakaalam ng story of the donkey? Okay? Brewed coffee is okay. Thank you for those who are watching in Canada and everywhere in the world. Maraming salamat po, Miss Oriental. I'll see you later in Davao City. Mamaya po around 4 o'clock in 2 hours time. I will prepare after this. So, I understand na maraming nagre-react sa ating mga post na sabi nila nangangaway daw ako. Hindi po ako nag-aaway. I am not against any company. I am not against any marketing strategies. Wala po akong hinanakit sa gumagawa ng oatmeal. Wala rin po akong gustong awaying ipasara na banana plantation or yung nagbebenta ng honey. Of course not. But I am doing this for those people na gustong ma-improve yung kanilang health but have been doing all the healthy tips na nakasanayan but still cannot really achieve that healing. And that's why we are looking into the caution list na can be eaten, can be consumed by regular people, but for people who are already have illness, is dapat hindi na nila ito kinakain. So that's why we are challenging the norm to look into first your rice intake and then your fruit intake na akala natin all healthy, all natural, di ba? But yun nga, sabi nga ni Sir Tony, isa sa mga very active nating members sa LCFF, fruits should be taken, the ones in the very locality, yung wild na tumubo, hindi ikaw yung nagtanim, because before we are not agricultural people. We don't plant. Kung nandyan lang siya, tumubo siya by nature in the wild and wala siyang pesticides, wala siyang fertilizer, and kung kailan siya bubunga, then you can eat that. But if you are planting that surrounding your house, making sure na everyday meron kang makakain na regular fruit, then that is already not consistent with nature. And I understand that it will be hurtful, especially dito in Mindanao, where it is the fruit basket capital of the Philippines. Don't worry, you can still enjoy fruits pa naman. But make sure na you are at the top of your health first. But if you don't want to be healthy naman, but you just enjoy fruits, you just love fruits kasi hindi mo siya ma-let go, so it's okay. You can do that. Hindi tayo namamwersa to do anything. We are just saying things na we know can be of the best practice when it comes to healing. What I just want, if you decide na i-retain yung kanin ninyo, i-retain yung inyong almusal na pandesal, yung pagkain ninyo ng oatmeal, ang paglalagay ninyo ng honey sa inyong pagkain, ang pagkain ninyo ng fruits 3 times a day, every after meal, at nagsasnacks pa kayo ng banana Q, then it's up to you. It's just that kung darating yung panahon that you will have an illness or you will diagnose with diabetes or you will have aches and pains at bigla na lang for the longest time that you are very fit and sexy and slim, bigla na lang nakita nyo lumalaki na yung inyong tiyan, nagkakaroon na ng fatty liver, just don't be surprised. Huwag lang po magtaka because baka nag-overshoot na kayo sa inyong carb limit in a day. So, the story of the donkey, alam niyo naman yung story of the donkey, no? But for those siguro na, for the purpose of this discussion, ano yung story of donkey? Hindi ko alam kung how to say it exactly ha. So gawa na tayo ng ating version. So merong naglalakbay, merong lola at saka merong bata or merong papa ba 'yun at saka yung bata. Naglalakbay sila and meron silang mga dala and they have a donkey. And then when they pass by a certain town kasi malayo yung lalakbayin nila. Okay? Nakita nila na yung donkey is naglalakad na nandun yung mga gamit ng mga bata, ng bata at tsaka yun nung papa. And then sabi ng mga tao, "Naku, kawawa naman yung donkey, yung may-ari, oh, yung mama at tsaka yung anak niya, hindi man lang naawa sa donkey. Halos lahat na lang ng kanilang gamit pinapadala nila sa donkey." So narinig nila yon. So since na-realize nila, ay oo nga, kawawa nga naman yung donkey, no? And then so yung ginawa nila, kinuha nila yung gamit nila na pinapalagay nila sa donkey. And then naglakbay sila. And then on the second town, nakita sila ng mga tao na nandun yung donkey, tapos yung mama, dala-dala niya yung backpack niya at mga gamit nila, pati yung bata, dala-dala niya yung other things. At yung donkey, wala nang dala. At sabi na naman ng mga tao doon, ano ba naman yan? Ang bobo-bobo naman nila. Meron ngang donkey, hindi naman nila sinasakyan. Kawawa naman sila, yung bata pinapadala nila ng gamit. And then, what's the purpose of the donkey na hindi nila yun nilagyan ng gamit? Hindi man lang nila puwede sana nila yung sakyan. And so, the next time, nilagay nila yung kanilang gamit and then sinakyan nila yung donkey. Tapos yung sinakyan nila ng donkey, yung anak yung nagsakay. And then on the third town, nakita na naman at anong sabi ng mga tao? Grabe naman yung bata, bata-bata pa nga, dapat siya yung maglakad kasi yung papa niya matanda na yon. So dapat hindi siya yung nakasakay kasi bata pa siya. So pinababa yung bata and then yung papa na naman yung sumakay. And then sa next town, sabi na naman ng mga tao, grabe naman yung papa na ito, sobrang salbahe, siya pa yung sumakay at saka yung anak lang niya yung naglalakad. Ay nako, ano ba naman 'yan? Napaka-ano naman 'yan, napaka-selfish na ama na papa naman 'yan. So yung ginawa ng papa, kinuha niya yung anak at silang dalawa ang sakay sa donkey. And then sa next town, ano naman yung sinabi ng mga tao? Sobrang selfish naman ng dalawang 'yan, na napakasama ng ugali. Dalawa sila, ang liit-liit ng donkey tapos silang dalawa yung sumasakay at dala pa nila yung mga gamit nila. Kawawa naman yung donkey, ano ba naman 'yan? So, after that, yung ginawa nila, kinuha nila lahat. Bumalik sila na walang dala yung donkey at dala nila lahat at yung sinabi nila, ang ending, alam niyo ba kung anong ginawa nila? Kinuha nila yung donkey at sila mismo ang nagdala ng donkey. So, they took that donkey at sila na mismo ang nag-carry ng donkey. So, imagine that. How crazy is that? Of course, no? Kwento lang yan. Hindi naman yan totoo. But this just goes to show that you cannot please everybody. Anybody will always have a say on things. Kapag nag-i-English ako, magsasabi yung mga tao na, "Doc, mag-Tagalog ka, hindi kita maintindihan." Sir, gusto ko talaga mag-Tagalog. At gusto ko na ikaw talaga ay makakaintindi sa akin. Kaya lang, nahihirapan din po ako. I'm used to talking in Ilonggo or Cebuano and not really much a native Tagalog speaker, but I'm trying my best to cater as many people as possible. At kung magtatagalog naman tayo, meron namang sasabi, ay ano ba naman yan? Yung that woman with no class. May mga ganon. May mga ganon din. So, ay nawala. Okay, or we are back. We are back ba? Yeah, we are back. So, yon. Mayroon pa rin magsasabi na lahat talaga merong ipupuna. Okay? Meron talagang ipupuna. So, I'm saying this to let you know that we are doing this for a reason. We are being loud, we are being annoying even for others kasi we are challenging the norm. If we don't challenge the norm, status quo will not change. Lahat tayo will still depend on rice. Lahat tayo madedepress the moment na paubos na yung kanin natin. Yung ating sweldo will first be deducted. Isang sakong bigas. So, we will always be dependent and our mindset will never be healed. At the end of it all, we all wonder kung bakit tayo nagkakasakit, kung bakit meron tayong diabetes, kung bakit yung ating mga lolo, lola before, kahit pa they reach old age, pero ulyanin, makakalimutin. It's because grains, especially rice in our country, sa others, it's worse even kapag yung wheat. So that's why mas marami yung incidence of dementia and Alzheimer's ngayon. Because noon, hindi pa ganun kadami yung kinakain nating tinapay. Ngayon, mas grabe na yung pagkain natin ng tinapay. So eating those can lead into what we call as parang type 3 diabetes na nasa utak. And that type 3 diabetes is the one that's causing symptoms of dementia, yung pagiging makakalimutin. So, yun. That is the reason why we are saying this and we are sharing this. And don't worry, yung iba, akala nila mawawala na yung kanilang mga food business, mawawala na yung kanilang mga high carb business. Of course not. I just go into the mall and nakikita ko kahit in a span of just one walk, lahat ng tao naka-high carb, lahat ng tao nakapila pa rin sa mga milk tea. And milk teas are established 3, 4, 5 stores in a row at lahat sila pinipilahan. So, business is doing good. So, wag silang matakot. There will always be more people who will never let go of sugar, who will never let go of honey, who will never let go of oats, who will never let go of fruits, who will never let go of kamote, who will never let go of rice, of pandesal. But we are saying that if you wish to improve your health and ginawa mo na lahat, but except for lowering your carbohydrate intake, then maybe this post is for you. Then maybe it is a time for you to really look into what you are eating. If you've been seeing this page at naaanoy kayo sa nakikita nyo, kasi nakikita nyo yung mukha ko, you can block or you can unfollow. But before you do so, try to reflect first. Baka merong message na pinaparating sa inyo. And that message might be for you. Maybe something is taking care of you so that you will look into your food intake and reassess. And I also thank you sa lahat po na parating sumusuporta sa ating page kahit hindi sila naka-low carb. Nakarating po sa akin na meron palang nanonood ng ating live na habang sila ay kumakain ng rice at habang kumakain ng all high carbs, but they are just watching. I don't know the purpose of why you are watching, but I hope it will occur to you na by the time that you feel like you need to do more when it comes to your food intake to improve your health, then just know that our videos, our page, our groups, Life Without Rice and Low Carb Feasting and Fasting Community will always be there to support you. Saba na hilaw ay pwede, pero wag niyong lutuin, wag niyong ilaga. Saba na hilaw lang because saba or plantain, yung green na banana, yung hilaw, it's resistant starch. It is okay, it is good. Pero wag niyong lutuin. The moment it is already cooked, it becomes regular starch. Natutunaw na siya. And that can still lead into spike of blood sugar. Alam niyo, kumuha talaga ako ng coins for the sake of illustration. Wait ha, nag-collect ako ng coins. Just to show kung ano yung starch. I think this is going to be my favorite illustration for now. Kasi hindi kasi masyadong magets ng mga tao bakit natin inaayawan yung fruits, yung saging, yung kamote, yung root crops, yung kanin. It's because of this illustration. Kahapon wala akong 20 pesos eh. So ngayon. So yung starch, for example, half cup of rice is 20. Sobrang luma 'no, from the store kasi 'to. So, half cup of rice merong 20 net carbs, okay? 20 yung kaniyang carbohydrates diyan, pero buo, it's in chains. So, para siyang papel na 20. Kapag kinain mo na ito, okay, sa inyong katawan, hindi ito maipasok sa inyong katawan as 20. Hindi kaya yan. Hindi ito papasok sa cells ng 20. Kailangan maiproseso muna and then it will be broken down into forms na kayang tanggapin ng ating cells. At yung ating cells, para siyang coin slots na hindi niya tatanggapin yung papel pero makakatanggap siya ng coins. So that's why meron tayong 20 pesos coins dito. So 10, 5, and coins. So the moment you already consume this, okay, pagkatapos dumaan ng iyong chan and then going to your liver, you will have coins. And these coins, alam nyo ba kung ano ito individually? This is starch, but the moment it's broken down, it is now glucose. At kapag naging glucose na ito, pwedeng-pwede na siyang pumunta sa inyong bloodstream and that can lead into spike in your blood sugar. At kapag parati yung pinapataas yung inyong blood sugar, tataas din yung inyong insulin and chronic elevation of insulin is linked into insulin resistance, metabolic syndrome, paglaki ng tiyan, pagtaas ng visceral fats, pag-build up ng cholesterol, kahit kayo kumakain ng taba, pwedeng mag-build up yung inyong cholesterol. And most importantly, you are increasing your risk of heart attack, cancer, tumor formation, stroke, at marami pang iba. So that is the reason why we try to avoid those. And you think I will stop? No, I will not stop. Hindi lang ako magbabasa na ng comments because it's not worth my time. Pero for those of you who are supporting our page, if ever merong mga trolls na nangangaway talaga or mga sabihin na nating mga attach sa carbohydrates, attach sa oatmeal, attached sa rice, attached emotionally attached to honey and banana. And if you feel like you can help defend this way of life, I thank you in advance. Nagpapasalamat po ako for always helping out, answering the questions, most especially kung merong mga newbies na nag-a-ask ng honest questions and you are helping them, answering them. I thank you so much because you just don't know po. Baka kayo ang magkakapagsalba sa kanila. So, maraming salamat and also kahit pa maraming trolls, thank you for the 502,000. We are already more than 500,000. Maraming salamat po for always supporting our page. And if you wish to continue to support, just like this video, share it, and also if you can subscribe to our YouTube channel, malaki po yung maitutulong nun. Thank you so much. Encourage your friends and family to join Life Without Rice for inspiration sa ating mga food on how to prepare foods without rice at para sa mga questions and motivations and inspirations naman, fitspiration kumbaga, it's the Low Carb Feasting and Fasting Community. Thank you to all of our admins and moderators. We have Ayeng, we have Olidan, we have Chloe, we have Gigi, of course, and Rosette, and Kuya Gibo, and many more. Maraming salamat everybody for always helping out and tuning in. Remember to always stay low carb so that we all stay safe. And I'll see you later. Last na lang for Davao. Mamaya po. And tomorrow we will be in Manila. For those in NCR, I think there's still few slots left. Just message Angela at 0917-993-1239. It's going to be a sunset get together. And also on Monday, yun na po, last but not the least, Iloilo. In Iloilo City, we will be there. Thank you all. I'll see you. And I hope you continue to stay healthy by choosing yourself and putting your decision it plate by plate, meal by meal. Stay low carb, stay safe.